There comes a moment when the ground beneath you feels like it's giving way. Maybe it's an argument, a loss, a wave of fear that rises so high, you feel swallowed. Your whole body says, run, get out, escape, do something, distract yourself, anything but this. But what if you didn't? What if you stayed right here, still, present, awake? Because the Buddha taught that real transformation begins not when we fight or flee, but when we stay. 1. The impulse to run. The instinct to run is ancient. Wired into our nervous system, it's a natural response to threat. In modern life, the threats look different. Not tigers in the jungle, but rejection, failure, loneliness, and uncertainty. We feel the squeeze of discomfort in our chest, the tremble in our hands, the thousand racing thoughts shouting, leave, fix it, hide. Running might mean physically leaving, or numbing out, scrolling endlessly, overworking, blaming others, grabbing onto anything to feel in control again. The Buddha called this tanha, craving, a pulling away from the present moment, and a desperate grasping toward relief. But what if this very discomfort is not a sign to escape, but a call to awaken? 2. The power of stillness in the Buddha's teachings. In the Satipatthana Sutta, the Buddha teaches mindfulness as the path to liberation, a presence rooted not in resistance, but in observation, stillness. He invites us to sit with what arises: breath, pain, joy, fear, desire, to not push it away, to not run, but to know it. Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, the Buddha said, so the wise are not moved by praise or blame. Stillness is not passivity. It's radical courage, the willingness to feel fully, to see clearly, to stay present. 3. A story from the Buddha's life. One day, Mara, the tempter, visited the Buddha, but instead of resisting or reacting, the Buddha simply said, I see you, Mara. And then he stayed, in stillness. No struggle, no rejection, just awareness. Mara eventually left, powerless, because the Buddha didn't run. He didn't fight. He recognized and rested in awareness. What if we could meet our own fear that way? Not with panic, but with presence. For what happens when we stay? Stillness is not silence. It is not the absence of movement. It is the fullness of presence. When we choose to stay, we begin to see the rawness beneath the fear, the unmet longing behind the anger, the vulnerability behind the urge to flee. And slowly, compassion arises, not just for ourselves, but for everyone who's ever wanted to escape their own pain. Stillness becomes a mirror, revealing what we've buried. It becomes a teacher, showing us where we're stuck. It becomes a refuge, a place within ourselves that no storm can touch. 5. The practice of staying with the breath. In moments of overwhelm, the breath is our anchor. When you want to run, come back to your breath. Don't try to control it, just notice. Is it shallow or deep, tight or soft? Just observe. As Thich Nhat Hanh taught, breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. This gentle attention, again and again, roots you in now, not in the imagined disaster, not in the past, not in a desperate what if, but in this one breath, here, alive. 6. Stillness is not suppression. Choosing stillness is not suppressing emotion. It's allowing space for what's here. It's saying, yes, this hurts. Yes, I'm scared, but I will not abandon myself in this moment. So often, we're afraid that if we stop running, we'll be consumed. But what actually happens is, we soften, we see, we heal. The tears we avoid become the water that nourishes insight. The fear we fight becomes the doorway to courage. Stillness is not a cage. It is the key. 7. The inner refuge. In Buddhist imagery, there's a beautiful metaphor. That within us is an island, a place of refuge the world cannot touch. It's not somewhere we go. It's something we remember. When we stop running, we find that island. We see that we are not the fear. Not the thoughts, not the story. We're the awareness watching, the stillness beneath the storm, the sky that holds every passing cloud. 8. Practical moments to choose stillness. There are many chances to choose stillness. They arrive daily, quietly. When someone says something that triggers you, pause, notice, stay. When your plans fall apart, breathe, observe, stay. When you feel the wave of sadness, rather than distract, welcome it like an old friend. Stay. This is not always easy, but it's always liberating. 9. Compassion grows in stillness. When we stop running from our own pain, we become less reactive to others. We begin to see their suffering, their fear, their attempts to cope, and instead of judging, we meet them with gentleness. Stillness gives birth to compassion because we have sat with our own fire and discovered the coolness beneath it. 10. When running was the habit, a reflection. Maybe you've run your whole life, from loss, from shame, for not being enough. It's okay. You were doing your best. We all do. But now, you're learning another way. To sit with the ache, to breathe through the fear, to open instead of close. And each time you choose stillness, you are healing something ancient, not just in you, but in all those before you who never had the tools. 11. What changes when you stop running? When you stop running, your heart opens, your mind clears, your life simplifies, not because the world gets easier, but because you become more grounded. You stop needing to control every outcome. You trust the unfolding. You stop needing to prove, to grasp, to win. You rest in the enoughness of being. Stillness teaches you that you're not broken. You're not your past. You are the witness, the presence, the light that remains even when everything else falls away. Closing, a blessing for the one who stays. So if today you feel like running, may you pause, may you soften, may you sit, and in that stillness, may you meet your fear with kindness. May you discover the strength of your own presence. May you remember that the peace you're searching for has always been here, beneath the noise, beneath the story, beneath the storm. It begins with a single breath, a single moment of staying, and from that still point, your whole world can transform.